Style Farms versus Derek Wanton. Sean. And Elizabeth Wanton. I almost left out the brain trust. Your names?
Elizabeth Wanton.
Derek Wanton.
Okay. And where are we on their case?
Your Honor, they made a payment of $400 and the total with cost is $2,834.33.
Have you heard back from HAWC yet?
We did call them and they wanted us to do the SCR first. To see if we get a letter of denial, or they want that first before they can do. They said their funds are limited or something.
Yeah, I know, but how many people are in your house?
4.
So that'd be the 740 again, that it could be a part of it, but if you're max, did you put the SCR in?
Yes, it's still pending. We haven't heard back yet.
Did they give you an appointment or anything? What they?
For HAWC?
Yeah.
Or no, not until we hear back from the SCR. Yeah.
I'm about to scream, but I won't. When did you put your SCR in? At the beginning of the month.
Beginning of the month. Yeah.
The beginning of this month?
Yeah.
So it should be coming back. It's not supposed to take that long. And so let me ask you this. Your understanding is once you hear about the SCR, then what's going to happen?
Well, if we get a denial from that, then they said they would be able to step in or try to step in and do something when they get that.
Pete's sakes. All right, guys. Is there anything you guys are going to be able to pay between now and next week if I adjourn this out?
Not next week. We can do $500 ourselves on the 28th.
Okay.
I'm sorry, was that 500 on the 28th?
Yeah, they can do 500 on the 28th, which would, again, I'm going to do this over the objection of plaintiff because I know that there's funding. And they're under the 3 right now without the SCR, without any of that. They're under the 3. If you pay the 500, you're definitely under that amount. And that might be helpful. So I'm going to indicate that you're going to pay on the 28th, you're to pay the 500. I'm going to adjourn this out to the 30th, 2026 at 3 p.m. Okay.
Okay.
Keep in touch with HAWC once you hear from the SCR from the state.
Okay.
Okay. I'm also going to apprise you, just touch base with your landlord at their office and let them know that if HAWC gives you an appointment, let them know that HAWC gave you an appointment and you're supposed to meet with them at what time. Or if they say that they're going to cover you, let your landlord know right away.
Okay.
Even though you might not have written confirmation, just tell them they say they're going to do this. We don't have written confirmation, but they say they're going to do it.
Okay.
Your Honor, just to add, so the court is aware and so defendants are aware, with the case being adjourned to the 30th and the timing of payments and potentially delays with SCR and then HAWC intervening if they do, I can surmise that February rent is going to hit this ledger before there's a verification from HAWC, which means that's going to put them back up over the 3,000. And
Right.
in my experience,
How much is their monthly? Got it. Okay.
Yep, their rent is $9.15, and then they have water and sewer charges metered based on usage, and they're about $150 on the low end each month, but they have been higher than
Okay,
that.
so what they're really going to need. Okay, so here's what you guys need to plan on with what Ms. Dornbush is saying. You could find yourself, if HAWC says we'll pay the maximum amount, you're gonna have about maybe $300, $300 to $400 that you're gonna have to come up with to get down below that if FCR said no.
Okay,
That makes sense to you? That was a
Yeah.
lot there in that, but you follow what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna do that for you and you and really let the landlord know.
Okay,
Okay? All right. You guys take care.
thank you.
Court calls the case of Scioto Farms versus Alexis Corser. You, Amy Lynn, that's right. You think you're the one that lives there. Okay. So what do you have as a current balance?
It should be like 3,500.
Go ahead. What?
$3,478.14.
Okay. So
I have the 1,500, but I know I can't come up with the next 2,000 until the 28th, which is 2 days after the 10th. So I came today.
well, ma'am, yeah, but you told me that you're gonna pay the 1,500 to them on the 13th.
I have it. I mean, I can go there today when I get off, like from here and I go home. I have it. I just know I can't come up with the other 2,000 until that Wednesday.
Until the 28th?
Yeah.
Well, you need to get over there and pay this full amount. I'm gonna find no tribal issue. I'm gonna issue a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue after a hearing for that full amount of the 3478.14.
Okay. So when would I have to pay the
Hang on,
2,000?
you're gonna have to pay the 2,000. You normally have to pay it by the 26th.
Right.
Normally, I'd be trying to find you a little bit more time if you had just paid the 1,500 when you told me you would.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna do that in this case because you didn't do that.
Okay.
But I will indicate you get paid on the 28th.
Yes.
So a writ to issue January 28th, give you a couple more days on that
That'll work.
than the 26th. But you'd best hustle down there and not delay and get it paid off.
Okay.
Understood?
No problem. Thank you.
Her name?
Leah. Des.
Leah Des. All right. And how much do we have of it?
It should be, Your Honor, sorry, I have to do a little bit of math because Ms. Desk made a payment of 4,500. Your Honor, the ledger reads $2,137.29, but the court costs are $2 short, so it should be $2,139.29.
2139
Yes, $2,139.29.
and 29 cents. Oh,
Hello, sir.
hello.
Doing okay?
Yeah, I'm always doing well. I do what I can.
Good.
So you paid the 45.
Yes, sir.
All right. And how are you gonna get the rest of this paid? What's your
I
plan?
have applied for SCR. I thought they only had 6 days to respond.
Yeah,
I
welcome
do.
to government.
I will have the money to pay. Well, my husband works for the government, so that's funny. He's a mail carrier. I can pay by myself on the 30th, regardless of their help or not. Their help would just help me get ahead. So
Okay, so by the 30th, you can get
Have
this
it-
paid.
yes,
And what time can you get it into their office on the 30th?
I don't, 9:30, 10 o'clock?
In the morning?
Yeah.
Bless your heart. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to adjourn yours out to the 30th. I'm not gonna take a judgment on you at this, okay?
Thank you so much.
And that will be at what time? At 3 p.m. Get that in as early as possible so that they communicate with their attorney,
Yes, sir.
and then that way it can be dismissed.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you for following through and doing what you told me you were gonna do.
Of course. You have a good weekend.
You do the same.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, yo.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Your name?
Abu Bakr Ibrahim. I'm an occupant.
Say that again.
Abu Bakr Ibrahim.
Where's Mr. Musa, Your Honor?
Pardon?
Where's Mr. Musa?
Yeah,
It's Mrs. Musa.
Mrs. Musa.
Oh.
Spot.
She's
All right.
traveling. But
Where is she?
she's traveling.
She's traveling.
Yeah, but I've appeared here on here
Pardon?
times. As I've appeared in court as an occupant.
Yeah, I know. You have appeared as an occupant, but All right.
I think the confusion, Your Honor, at least on
Yes.
my part, is that when on Zoom, the Zoom screen lists his mom's name and not his, and I don't know, and let me look at my notes from last week. I
It
don't,
listed Fatima Musa and other occupants.
I don't
That's
know
what's listed
that,
on it.
I don't know that, he identified himself. I had indicated that defendant had appeared, meaning Ms. Musa.
Got it.
Not
identify
that an
myself.
occupant had appeared. So just clarifying for the record, Your Honor, there was some
Got
confusion
it.
because
Understood.
name wasn't specified.
Um,
And Your Honor, to clarify, I
was
don't
two
know.
thousand, was 2,000 paid?
My ledger does not show that, Your Honor. The ledger that I have was printed on the 12th and indicates 3,075 and 49 cents. There was a late fee charge, so it's at 3175.49. And just to clarify, Your Honor, I don't know if the gentleman who's in court is an approved occupant or not. If I had known he was an occupant, not the leaseholder last week, I would have verified that with my client before coming to court today.
Do you know if the 2,000 was paid? You were here when that
Right.
representation was made.
I know when I actually told you that. I spoke with the office this morning. I paid $500 yesterday. I paid $1,000 this morning. I was gonna pay the other $500. I just didn't have time before court. So I can have that paid today, another 500. So that brings the balance, like I said, $2,000. The rest paid within 10 days. And that's what I told last
So
week.
you can have the rest paid by the 26th? That's 10
Yeah.
days from today?
Yeah.
You can? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll find no tribal issue and or default because the named party's not here. And I'm gonna issue a judgment for possession in the total amount of the, what'd you give me, 3175.49?
I was gonna ask for
Hang on.
Yeah.
Was that right, Mr. Ogre?
3175.49. That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna issue a judgment in that full amount. If you've made those other payments, they'll be credited against this judgment amount.
Okay, was the 2,000 or the 1,500 credited?
No, because I didn't know.
It hasn't been credited on the ledger they have now.
I spoke to the guy this morning. He told me he's gonna update the balance immediately.
Well, it may be updated in their system, but the attorney doesn't have it.
I see.
So you won't lose it. I'm just giving them the judgment for the full amount. Any payments they get in that weren't included, they'll come off of that amount.
I see.
And so if you pay the 500, then you're gonna be down around, well, basically about $1,200 that you need to pay. Because you're at 3175.49 now.
Yeah, on their ledger, yeah.
Okay.
I was just asking for an additional time because, like I said, before I'm a businessman.
Well, but you told me you'd have it by the 26th. You also told me you were gonna pay the 2,000 by the 15th. That didn't happen because you haven't paid it all.
I paid 1,500.
I know.
Okay.
Way I work is somebody tells me something, I expect them to do it. And then I don't have a problem working with you, but that's not what's happened here. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna give the written 10 days on the 26th. All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, this is
That's
I'm sorry, you indicated a hearing judgment, specifically.
Yes,
with the-
hearing by no tribal issue, but a default if necessary because the named party did not appear.
Right, and just, Your Honor, so the court is aware, because again, I wasn't able to verify if this individual is an approved occupant or not. He may very well be, I don't know.
Don't know,
I
right?
mean, I would indicate a hearing judgment against defendant and all other occupants unless you want me to specify it's a default as to the named defendant. And to the extent that it's a hearing judgment against all other occupants, I would include in the further orders, that to the extent he is not an authorized occupant, that he's not being recognized as such, and my client's not waiving their right to pursue that as a lease violation, if it is a lease violation. Again, I don't know.
However you want to do it, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
It's
That
just a
resolves my
form-
matters.
It's gonna be just the form of the judgment. All right. Have a good weekend.
You said it's gonna be just a formal judgment?
It's just in terms of the form of how the judgment's gonna look. It doesn't really affect what you need to do. Okay. Okay.